Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Maurice, what's going on, baby? James, no, babe, what's going on, my guy? First things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekends. No matter what plans you had, hopefully you was able to enjoy it with the family, friends, everything. And I know we almost coming up to the holidays and giving, wishful well thinking to everybody for the holiday season in general. Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. It definitely was a good one. If you missed it, you could catch the replay. Yeah, tonight just gonna have a little light conversation. I feel like I wanna iterate on a few things. Mental health, again, we seeing a common problem right now. Again, we got people who are going through the revolving doors. The ones that really don't need to be out here are the ones that are causing the most problems right now. Now, the reason I can say that is because, I've almost witnessed the whole fight happen earlier, and the problem was, again, this is a person that I know for a fact has severe mental health and mental psychosis. They shouldn't be out in the streets, but yet and still, it's like they being recorded. Every time they get into some sort of confrontation, they're being recorded. Now, this is a problem too, to a degree, because it seems like we're in an era where everything has to be recorded. Everything. Serious, what's going on, baby? Word, what's going on, my guy? The problem with all of this recording is that, you know, instead of you doing that, you should be trying to at least diffuse the situation. These people are walking around and you can tell that there's something wrong with them just by not the way that they dressed or just by the way that they look. It's the way that they acting. Didi, what's going on, baby? And a common problem with that is that, they also being used as content or they being used as, you know, they're being used, period. Not even gonna hold you. They are. They're being used. And it's also giving an awareness somewhat because you see the type of situations happening. Some of them are being used as far as content is concerned because some of these people are actually provoking these people, doing certain things that you know is triggering them. I really feel that again, some of these establishments they need to be back. They need to bring them back and reopen them because there are some people again that just they can't function in society. Even with the medications and stuff, you got some that are still going to be on the loose. Still going to give you a hassle that you shouldn't even have. Um, See, the reason why I said what I said too is because they blending in to a degree with the regular homeless folks and everything else. So, this person is thinking that it's just a random homeless person that's walking down on them or even trying to, put hands on them. And it's not even the case. James, what's going on, my guy? It really is time to, broaden the horizons and start bringing back these institutions. And this is worldwide. It's not just one city, it's worldwide, you know. No doubt, bro. Keep me posted, son. Keep me posted. I forgot about the game tonight too. I know a lot of y'all watching the Sunday night games or whatever. Um, Today been one of those busy days, but yet and still said I was gonna bring y'all something. And yet and still, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before one of them gets themselves hurt or killed, you know, they should bring these things back. And I would say that because I hope that lady don't end up getting herself hurt or killed just because. Again, when people, even with the meds, are still a liability, they can't really function. They really can't. Reason why I was also telling people to get blood work done is because, you want to make sure you don't have no underlying issues, especially if you know you're going to be, bringing kids in the world. So get a lot of things done that needs to be done. Um, Health wise, you're going to have to get a brain scan, MRI, like I said, because you never know what underlying issues could be going on with you. Another thing I was going to bring up tonight too. Apparently, this is becoming a thing too, and I'm sorry. I'm going to say this, and this is on both ends, males and females. Some of y'all are running around, you got issues with people, and instead of you facing them head on, you doing sneak attacks. I just watched something where guy said two words to him. Somebody said something back, and before you know it, he ain't even get a chance to put his hands up to defend himself. He done got knocked out. Now my thing is, that's the most weakest, most cowardice move I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, it is. Because if you got an issue with somebody, why not let them get the chance to face you up head on? I've always said when people do sneak attacks like that, that's because they know 9 out of 10 they either ain't going to win that fight, or they embarrassed to get beat up, or they embarrassed to see that somebody can handle themselves. I'm sorry, but there's no way you're going to tell me I'm supposed to feel comfortable just knocking you out when you don't even got a chance to defend yourself. Marley, what's going on, baby? Yeah, I know. Before my mouth get left. Before my mouth go left. But that's the sad part again. There's a lot of y'all. Like, you have issues, and instead of y'all saying, all right, let's just shoot the fair one and keep it pushing from there. Nah, you rather try to sneak up. And the way homie hit his head, he could have died on that concrete. He could have died on that sidewalk right there. Because when you're not prepared to even defend yourself or catch your fall, you don't know what can happen. And again, I've always felt that was the most cowardice thing to do. You sneak, you sneak hitting people or you sneak punching people. That's corny. And I've always felt like this, even if you feel you gonna have some sort of an issue as far as the physical aspect, then you just have to take it on the war of the words, basically. Kimosh, what's going on, baby? And this is the saddest thing about it too, because again, stuff like that you don't want to see, but in the same token, it's being done. Nobody's trying to give nobody a fair one. Nobody's trying to alleviate certain problems with having a good talk. I've had issues with people on a physical confrontation note, but I ain't never had to sneak them. I ain't never had to jump them. I ain't never had to do none of that coward stuff that I always see people doing. I've always felt if you had to jump somebody, that's because you are either fearful that person definitely has your number, or you're just fearful, period. Always felt that there's no need for you to even go that route anyway. You got an issue with somebody, okay, handle that the right way. And hopefully that young man didn't really suffer no head injuries, because again, I'm not expecting somebody to be talking to me and then 2 seconds later I'm on the ground, knocked out. Or I'm on the ground wondering what the fuck just happened. Sorry to say it that way. It is crazy. Rachel, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned to hit the like button. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it is time for some of y'all to really, get yourselves in check. Because in the long run, you're gonna try to attempt something like that again. It ain't gonna fare well for you. It really ain't. Also, I was gonna say, um, for the situation that happened in my area, yeah. So homie definitely going to jail though. Again, I don't know why some of y'all think that some of these bikes that you got is supposed to be getting you away. First of all, those mopeds, they're not speedsters, and you definitely not going to be able to maneuver the way you think you're going to maneuver. Same thing with any heavy bike. And again, if you know you done did something, instead of you trying to run away from your accountability, nah, take that. Accept your responsibility and your accountability. Now again, homie probably still sitting in the hospital, but you still cuffed up as well too. So, and I'll be honest, it really is time for a lot of y'all to stop getting yourselves injured or possibly killed because you're trying to evade justice from happening. I feel like this: if you've done something to a point where you harmed an innocent person, you need to man up and take that responsibility. And especially if you hurt somebody that's not really in the street activity. It really is time for the men too in this community to start, really start doing what's necessary. See, you'll cry about cops not really protecting or cops doing the utmost, right? But you're not doing what you technically supposed to be doing as men of the community. Haley, what's going on, baby? You're not doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing for your community. The men in our community, at least when we was coming up, even the street hustlers, it was just some things they was not gonna allow to happen, and they wasn't gonna allow to destroy whatever little build of community that they had. They wasn't allowing those sex traffickers to come in there and station anywhere. They wasn't allowing no drug rings and stuff like that to really go up without them knowing something. See, it was more of a safety net back then than it is now. Kids wasn't being disrespectful toward adults and just being disrespectful, period. And anytime they thought they did, it was time to check that. Now, I'm sorry, but it is time for some of the men to start really thinking. If some of y'all feel you can't trust the law, you can't trust this, then why don't you put trust in yourselves and bring back that safety? Kids shouldn't have to worry about, at least the kids that are not involved, they shouldn't have to worry about coming outside. They not seeing no hope. They're not seeing people stand on their grounds. That's a problem again. BMF, get up out of here and go bring me back my scratch off tickets. Don't come in here with that. I told you that already. You're on my petty level at 8 million right now. I'm sorry, it is time for the fellas, but it's also time for the ladies too. Because it is a two-way street. Because who we can't reach, y'all can reach. You know, there's some people who, if they ain't willing to listen to the men, they'll listen to the women, especially if the women is bringing in something that is needed right there. You know, but it is time to show more force and more backbone. Because, see, first of all, our community wasn't allowing any type of sexual crimes or attacks to happen, especially towards the kids. They wasn't allowing that to happen. They wasn't allowing outsiders to come inside and basically mess up whatever balance was already there. We're not getting that right now. Now is, we're just gonna allow any and everything to happen. Sorry, this is becoming a dastardly problem for real. It is because in the same token, where do we lose the fighting spirit at? Shoot, we we had a net where, guess what? You didn't have too many kids cutting school. You didn't have too many kids being in areas they shouldn't have been in. You didn't have them getting into trouble. And when they was getting in trouble, it was because whatever they did, hey, it was going to get disciplined by the parents. We had a watchful eye out on a lot of different things. Hence why most of us have coming up under that blanket, that umbrella of this is what it is. We're gonna keep this going. I don't know, but it seemed like some of the OGs who just came home, prime example, some of them are trying to do the right thing. Some of them actually have come home and reformed. You know, see, there's this notion that you have to go to jail, you have to prove yourself worthy in these streets. When guess what? There's a lot of y'all that's really not street worthy, or you're not street material at all. Again, if you know you not down to do certain things that would require street people to do the shit, you shouldn't be doing it. You know you ain't prepared to do no real hard time. You ain't trying to get caught by no police. You definitely not trying to waste half of your livelihood behind the cell wall. Then you should figure out your next course of action. It shouldn't be, I'm still going to follow the clique. I'm still going to do this. It's unnecessary act just to prove to the people that this is who I am. Goddess, what's going on, baby? Kev, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious, baby. Out here working hard, baby. But again, we had a moral fabric. Like I said, even down to the street cats had a moral fabric. When there was issues happening and it was gonna be shootouts and everything else, there wasn't no kids, women, or elderly folks in the midst of all of that. I keep repeating that because it's true. I don't remember too many old people, too many young kids getting killed in a crossfire. No, because back in the day, everybody was hitting their damn targets. Sorry to say it that way. I don't glorify it, but everybody was hitting their damn targets. They wasn't hitting innocents. And anytime somebody innocent did get hit, nah, they got called out on it. Like they're supposed to. They got called out on it. And they got brought to justice as they were supposed to. No kid is supposed to ever worry about losing their life before the age of 3. Just like nobody should have to worry about being in jail before the age of 21. There are kids right now who are out there bugging and thugging like how the adults would be. And in that same token, guess what? They are losing their life. Paragua, what's going on, baby? Big dog, what's going on, my guy? And I'm sorry, but when are we gonna start getting back in control of what's needed? Again, some of y'all claim you don't trust the cops, you don't trust this, you don't trust that, you don't trust even government system, right? So in that same token, why should y'all still be dependent and hoping for that type of change coming? You're gonna have to be a part of that change, whether you believe it or not. Still believe that, because again, there wasn't too much that was going on back then that we couldn't face and we couldn't get rid of and eliminate. Again, anytime somebody innocent did get hit, guess what? You had an option. You was either going to turn yourself in, or or the streets was going to find you. If the streets found you, it was worse. Tinkerbell, what's going on, baby? Who else popped up in here? Who else popped up in here? Oh man, Patricia, what's going on, baby? Who else popped up in this chat? I'm trying to catch up with y'all. My bad. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight. Um, Again, we got to come to something. You'll sit here and say, "Oh, the cops don't do shit. Oh, the cops don't help us. The cops don't do nothing but abuse their power. The cops don't do nothing but this." Okay, but what are we doing then? If we want to avoid a lot of different things, yeah, we're gonna have to get up on it for real. Like, we can't continue to allow our societies and our communities to keep going down the drain. And some people will push that initiative that we don't need change. Let's just let things fall out. Nah, we're not supposed to be thinking on that line. We are supposed to be thinking that in order for the future generations and the future generations behind us to have a shot at living and a shot at changing the things that are messing up our society, we got to show them hope. And again, we know it's a catch-22 because this generation of youth, they don't want to hear nothing. They are pretty much adamant, or at least half of them are pretty much adamant on trying to follow a stigma or follow, something that they feel is going to bring them some sort of notoriety, basically. But it would be nice if some of them actually had some people to look up to, because that's another reason why they are making the moves they making now. When they seeing some of the adults are moving worse than them, what inspiration do they really have? Eve, what's going on, baby? And it's true. What inspiration do they really have if they see grown-ups moving like children? Grown-ups attacking people that they shouldn't be attacking. They allowing things to happen, not even trying to intervene on certain situations. See, one thing I could say is that I can't watch a group of kids fighting. Or I can't watch a gang of people trying to gang up on one person. That's never been me. I was one of those people that I didn't play that gang up shit. Nah, nigga, like we gonna even these odds out because it's not gonna be that. And the one thing I see that people are just doing nowadays that they feel is making them strong, but in honesty is just making them look even weaker, is again picking on people that you know for a fact ain't really a harm to you. See, I just had an issue on my block yesterday. And now homie is gonna be upset because you sitting in jail, but you sitting in jail because of your own dumb shit. You know the dude that you was about to try to fight is mentally challenged, number one. So what? He's high functioning. He's mentally challenged nonetheless and on papers. So you just caused a stir up and fought him for what? And you know he's harmless. He don't fight. I don't know why some of y'all think that that's the wave too. I'm gonna pick on anybody that I know for a fact can't beat me. That's weak, bully, cowardice shit. I'm sorry. Tanya, what's going on, baby? I ain't been live long. Probably like 20 minutes or so. And definitely appreciate you, Sirius, for dropping those links, baby. Out here working hard, baby. And that's what we need to do too. Start working harder on building and bridging the gaps that are messing us up now. Like I said before, some of it does start again with just patrolling your own community if you feel the cops ain't doing nothing. All right, so you patrol your community. If you know certain things that shouldn't be brought in here that's messing us up, guess what? Stand on it and fight against it. Yeah, Eve, that's exactly what they was doing. Like I said, it's crazy because now homie upset because he's sitting in jail for the weekend. That's your fault. Why would you try to fight somebody that you know for a fact is not a threat to you? And this is another problem that we have. And that's why so many different things being accepted in these damn communities now. Again, we ain't showing the youth that are already pushing towards the streets. We not showing them something better. Liz, what's going on, baby? Like we not showing them nothing. I try to do as much as possible without doing as much as possible. There's just some things I'm not going to say or do or even implement around somebody well younger than me. And that's where you know, that's where the balance needs to be at. Not saying you can't live your life the way you choose to live your life, but in the same token, go back to how it was before. Live your life, but have some sort of moral fabric again. The reason why we are getting some of these spikes in crimes, and not even just crimes, sexual crimes as well too, is because nobody is trying to man up. Everybody's, I don't care. I don't care. It didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to my family. And that's the division right there that they want to keep us with. Well, as long as we know they ain't gonna stand together on this, we got an opportunity to keep having these things. No, gotta get up out of that. Yeah, y'all already know I'm at work, so pardon me for the clink and everything, but it is what it is. And I'm sorry, but until we really get back as far as standing together as men and women in the community, we're gonna keep having failing issues right now. And some of the stuff, yes, it does start from home. Some of you parents are gonna have to start being disciplinaries, start being actual grown-ups, and make sure your kids is flying right. Because again, we shouldn't have crimes where the elders are being attacked. That was one thing that was frowned upon back in the day amongst the men and the women in the community, whether you was in the streets or not. We wasn't allowing no older folks to get shot or beat up. We wasn't doing that. We definitely wasn't. If any time we thought we got something like that, nah, we brought the person out. We drew them out. And we're gonna have to start driving out a lot of these forces. Because again, some of y'all can't cry and mope and say, oh, this is a travesty. Oh, we can't keep moving like this. We can't keep doing this. But then you're not doing nothing. Again, there's just some things that nobody should ever have to worry about nor witness. Now if there's things that are being done the right way, as far as you're calling out the unnecessary evils the way you're supposed to, then that's good. Because again, I don't remember back in the days people putting their hands on elderly folks, especially the kids. Wasn't doing none of that, and nobody wasn't going to get called out. But nowadays, the the rise of crimes, and then not even just crimes, just people not giving a fuck no more. Like, and then the things that are also being presented on this internet is a problem too, because these young ones are using that right there as ammunition. And guess what that ammunition is? The ammunition is no matter where we turn, no matter what we do, we're gonna always see the same old typical violence and the same old typical cowardice. Sorry. It's cowardice to really think it's all right to commit a crime against somebody that's old enough to be your grandfather. Or you robbing somebody that probably knows your family. Letitia, what's going on, baby? I'm sorry, but at some point we gotta really figure out what's more important. And if you feel that bringing strength and unity back to where it's needed is important, then yeah, they're gonna have to start sitting at a table. Gonna have to come together and put your differences aside. And again, think about the bigger picture. You want to know why we losing out on opportunities? You want to know why it's starting to become less and less opportunities? You wonder why a lot of people are losing their jobs, especially those who have been working in certain fields for the longest, and now they starting to lose their jobs. It's because there's no opportunities being brought to the forefront. Nobody's expanding their minds and horizons to say, just in the event this does happen, we got other alleyways that we could still make a living. Now, as some of y'all would see, a lot of spots now doing self checkout. So now you seeing less and less employees, except for the ones who are stocking up the aisles and stuff like that, or the ones who might have to actually be there. On the same token, we could have been building, we could have been building a little bit more wiser. There are a lot of people right now who are about to lose jobs because some of them don't have any other skill outside of what they know. Again, it is time to start bringing back education on all parameters. It's time to, because at some point, guess what? There's going to be a lot more people losing jobs. There's going to be a lot more people trying to seek employment or trying to figure out which ways is going to be good for them to prosper. And I'm sorry, y'all. The future generations shouldn't have to worry about picking up whatever slack that we left it. And it shouldn't be that much slack. We have already, throughout the course of time, been picking up every bit of slack. And I'm sorry, but it is time to start bringing more opportunity back. Bring it back where it's needed. But right now, the kids are supposed to be the driving force. They are. We are supposed to be carrying the torch for them to get a blueprint on how to and when to. We ain't getting to that yet. And I see that that's a common problem. Oh, what you know about this? Oh, forget that. Why they gotta listen? Because when we long gone, they gonna be, like I said, they gonna be holding down this quote unquote earth of ours well after the fact. So why not put them in the best positions in life? Show them how to start learning the value of a dollar. Teach them how to finance teach them how to wisely use credit, teach them financials, period. Give them a pure educational background, you know, of things that they're gonna need. Teach them something outside of rap lyrics. Teach them something well outside of smoking weed. Teach them something outside of just hanging out in the streets from sun up to sundown doing absolutely nothing. See, a person like me is not looking down at nobody. Because again, you live your life the way you see fit when you're an adult. But still should be a moral fabric on certain things. I can't consider myself no real man of my community if I'm allowing certain things to happen, especially towards the youth. Can't do that. Appreciate you, BMF. Yeah, and we ain't listening to you neither. Again, you still owe some scratch off tickets. Stop playing, son. Telling you, son, I better see some lucky sevens or something. Next time you come in the chat, I need to see a lottery ticket in it. Come over here with that man, this BMF. Sit in the corner for about 20 minutes. But you know what I'm saying? All in all, though, you know, we should show better. Should be better. I couldn't call myself no man in the community, or I can't call myself somebody that's for the people, and I'm allowing my people to get washed up the way they getting washed up. Can't do it. Just can't. But that should just be men in the community, period. Like, there's some things that, again, you should never allow. That's one of them. Any type of crime on any nature towards elderly folks, any crime towards kids or women, especially women who are hardworking or women who are just living their lives trying to raise their family. Same thing with the fellas. The young men should not have to worry about getting the life taken or having to suffer fatal injuries because of carelessness. You know, and this is another problem too. Some of y'all know y'all not built for that life. You just, again, want to be down with the clique. You want to be down with the gang. And that's why some of the adults need to teach them better. Look here. Like, you know you're not set for this. Go find an alleyway where you could grow and build. You're going to have to. You know, because in the long run, it doesn't look right when you just following somebody and not being your own leader. And I think if everybody was to start showing that look here, you could be a leader in your own right. You just got to put the work in. You're going to have to show and prove all the time. There's some of y'all that you know you could give opportunities out and you refuse to do that. I'm going to say it like this. I might not like somebody, but if I know for a fact this person is struggling and need an opportunity, I'm going to extend my hand regardless. Now, that's up to that person if they're going to do it. Hammer, what's going on, baby? Hustle, what's going on, my guy? But again, that's essentially up to you. That's essentially up to that person. I could extend my hand on my olive branch. Look, I know you going through this. You know, I got you if you need it. Now, if that person decides that they not going to take it, then I can't do nothing. The only thing I can tell them is, okay, well, whenever you do decide whatever, there'll still be a window of opportunity there. Because, see, this is the thing. You can't force somebody, you can't force somebody into help. You can't help somebody that don't want to be helped. Only thing you could do is push them, and I mean just push them with that sense to say, all right, well, look, in the event, hey, doors open. Because again, some people are not, they not, and I repeat, not going to jump on that bandwagon the way they think they should. Like I said, I could be honest with you. If I know for a fact you struggling, I'm gonna still extend that olive branch because I do believe everybody deserves an opportunity. And this is even in the community. There are people who are giving out golden opportunities, and some of these people are not taking it. And I feel that is the most important thing, to take those drastic steps. Take those steps where it's needed. You know, my bad, y'all. But that's the most important thing to remember again. Giving an opportunity to build something better. You have to. And again, the problem with most is that they're not going to think about that. They're only going to think about themselves, but in the same token, can't keep thinking about yourself. Because this is where we're going to always mess up. It is time for, uh, it's time for, sorry to say it that way, it's time for a growth. I knew that was you, son. I'm on the live, that's why. My bad, y'all. Nigga, I smelled that shit coming out the parking lot. I'm like, oh, over here, oh. But again, just think about it. Bringing back opportunities for the youth. Like I said, educational programs, since they want to take everything outside the schools, right? Bring it back in the communities where it's needed. Again, teach your kids about financial studies and smart investments, even investments on their own personal life. You should be able to motivate somebody by telling them they could be anything that they want to be if they achieve it. Some people think that is a crime, or they think it's something bad to have a regular 9 to 5. No. At the end of the day, if you can't work for yourself, doesn't matter as long as you're working, because guess what? You're going to have to do something. Even back in that good old days, for those who followed, as far as that good book is concerned, even they had to work. You wasn't just going to be sitting there not working. No, you had to do something. You had to bring something. And that even that was showing people, look, my father out there busting his ass. My mom's out there busting her ass. Whether both parents was working or not, it didn't matter. The fact that, the youth was actually looking up to that was something good. Shit. Now, the problem I do have too, to a degree, because some of y'all claim y'all about that action. And I'm speaking to some of y'all young ones. Y'all think y'all too much about that action, but I've seen some things that would tell me otherwise. Like, don't try to push a fight or poke a fight with somebody if you know for a fact you can't even do the simplest thing, like throw your stances. If your fighting stances is looking all wild and crazy, yeah, 9 out of 10, you get knocked out. Sorry. If you don't even know how to correctly swing or do whatever, you might as well go back to the drawing board. See, this is another thing that needs to be said, and this is why I said the real men and women of the community are going to have to start being real men and women. There should be no way that you're telling me some of these youth are learning some of the things they learning now from the adults themselves. I'm teaching you how to rob and steal. I'm teaching you how to kill somebody if you have to kill somebody, which you necessarily don't have to. I'm teaching you how to keep yourself from elevating in life. This street life is what it's going to be for you. Nah. And again, a lot of y'all not built for that. Y'all think y'all built because of that aspect. Yeah, I got my boys with me. I got my real peoples with me. They gonna ride for me regardless to what. But when it's all said and done, and you the only one going to jail, let's see how good those people fare out. 9 out of 10, they ain't gonna come visit you, put nothing on your books, nothing. And again, I'm speaking to some of y'all that just like to be followers. Everything is all good until you mess around, and now look, it ain't good no more. And I've always said that's got to be the most irresponsible thing you can do anyway. Especially if you do, you know, have friends and family that actually love and care for you. Because again, it shouldn't be no kids that's under the age of 18 that's sitting in jail for life. And I told y'all a while back, I was watching a video and he got two 14. He probably a little older now. Because I know that documentary happened a couple years ago. They probably about at least 18 now. But they've been sitting in jail since 13. Why? Because instead of them just doing what they needed to do or just accepting no for an answer, they decided to cause harm to somebody that was already doing right by them. If a person done told you, listen, I don't need no work done today, okay, well, go still find somebody else who might need some work done. Now, because y'all didn't want to take no for an answer because y'all was so fiended out for the money, y'all done hurt that person and killed them. And again, this is an elderly folk. This is somebody that was old enough to probably be your grandfather. You got to think about these things. And I would tell some of y'all youth too to think about the things you do. Because you're going to have some consequences behind it. And again, a lot of y'all are not prepared for that. I'm quite sure nobody under the age of 18 is going to want to sit up for 40 years of their life. I'm quite sure somebody in their early to late 20s ain't going to want to sit up for 40, 50 years of their life. That's basically essentially saying you're going to be sitting down in state numbers for what? And then when you do come home, if you are lucky to come home before that time, you done missed again a portion of your life. There are going to be different things that are happening that you're going to be like, well, what the hell is this? Wait, when did this happen? Yeah, because you might know certain things as far as what's going on in the world from behind the wall, but everything is not going to be given to you. Trust me. You look at some of the people that just came home now, they don't even know what the hell of Instagram and all this other, they don't even know what these platforms are, and they're trying to figure it out now. And the ones who have come home, the ones who have been using these social media platforms as a way to really like send a message out, I could give them all the respect because half of them have said the same thing. If I'd have known then what I know now, I wouldn't have went these routes. I wouldn't have went this route. If I would have listened to the ones that actually had my back and was trying to help me do good, I wouldn't have been in jail. I wouldn't have did this. I wouldn't have took somebody's life. A lot of these is testaments again. And again, I could give all praises and respect to those who have came home as of recently and they are doing the right thing as far as trying to re-educate and trying to keep a repeated cycle from happening. You're going to have some of these people who are going through whatever because, again, their backgrounds is terrible. No, this is my thing. Uh, no, you know what's funny though, Letitia? I know where you're going with that, but see, again, what's funny is some of the people I've seen, they really was looking lost in the source. Like, what the hell is Instagram? Wait a minute. What's Facebook? Like, think about it. You've been gone since before half of these damn platforms even came into existence. I don't expect you to know but so much. But even if somebody trying to give you the rundown, still, if you're using it for a better light, I can respect that. That's what I'm saying. There are some people even that came on here. They're using this platform as a way to really reach and trying to outreach to the people. I can respect that. You know, and some of these people, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of these people, I know for a fact. When you hear the stories, you can tell who's really been through the mud and who hasn't. The ones that really been through the mud, you hear it in the conviction in their voice. You can hear that, yeah, I definitely made a mistake in my life that I wish I could take back. But then, see, this is a problem too that I did see. And you right on that part, Letitia. There's no way in the hell you going to tell me you in prison, right? There's no way you tell me you in prison. And you're allowed to have devices. So, it throws me off. Yeah, I seen the ones, Letitia. The first one I seen throw me off because I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was a part of a skit until I really found out that was an actual prison they was in. The first video I seen of somebody recording their day to day or recording whatever, I thought it was a damn skit, and come to find out it wasn't. And again, that's the corniest thing in the world. It's almost like you glorifying or you telling these people, yo, listen, come to jail. You gonna still have the same freedoms like you had outside. No, the hell you not. You're not. You're not going to sit there and tell me, all right, come to jail, my guy. We got you. Nah, that shit ain't going to work out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to look good on you, period. Because, again, the main goal is to make sure they don't go to prison. The main goal is to make sure they have a better opportunity in life. But then you're essentially telling them if they come to jail, they're going to still have the same freedoms. Yeah, you can have the cell phone. Yeah, you can get all the food you want. You can get this, the TV, all of that. But then guess what? Some of that is still it's being controlled basically. I'm going to say it this way because I'm not trying to be a jackass about it. But if you feel comfortable being told when to wake up, when to go eat, when to go shower, when to go have recreation, then you be my guest and go there. But most people with a solid mind are going to say, nah, this ain't it. Like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, I know that part, Letitia, because I seen that part too. That was one of them not seen. The guy was now don't get it twisted, the guy was good. One of the guys he was spitting from, like I said, I thought it was a skit. But then when I seen he did another one like that, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this is somebody that got talent, but decided to go the wrong path. I'm sorry. Um, some of us didn't like being told when to go to bed as a kid and all that other stuff, right? So imagine being a grown up and still being treated like a kid. You got to go to bed this time. You got to wake up at this time. And if you in a shock program, because I know people who was in a shock program, you definitely not going to want to hear that shit. Like, come on, son. I just went to sleep. Well, get your ass up. Let's go. You ain't going to want to hear that. Your basic rights and freedoms being taken on all angles for what? Because you couldn't keep yourself together in the damn society that you in now. Make it make sense. Sorry, y'all. Make it make sense. Nobody should ever want to be told when they can and can't do something. And I would say this to some of you young folks anyway. You're gonna leave your basic freedoms, the love that you actually do have, especially if you do have parents that care and want to see you doing well. You gonna force them to be crying for you now because you trying to give the sad face. You trying to give the sadness like, oh, I messed up. Once you mess up, essentially, yeah, your parents, you ain't gonna feel that burden, but you gonna feel it even worse because again, you had an option to make something happen and you didn't. I'm telling you, it's time to get a grip now. And it is time for, again, some of you adults in the community to start moving on adult time. It is time to start giving awareness where it's needed, even down to the youth. Give them that awareness they gonna need. You could eliminate some of those problems as you speak now. You know, some of these people don't have a real good background. Some of these people don't have parents at all. They probably are living house to house. You never know. They probably got people who tuck them in, even unofficially as far as adopting. You probably got people who tuck them in. Some of the situations you get, some of these people are going again through. The hell is wrong with y'all? Yeah, acting like kids, bro. What's wrong with y'all? My bad, y'all. Always one group, and this is a prime example of what I was talking about, though. People just not doing what they supposed to be doing. I'm not gonna sit there and tell somebody, yeah, I want you to go do this. Nah. If anything, I'm gonna tell you something you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And that's what we need to start doing. Stop telling people what they want to hear, what they think they should hear. No, you need to tell them what they need to hear for real. And what some of y'all need to hear again is, if you think your basic freedoms and rights ain't good enough, then go ahead and sit behind that wall. You'll find out. You'll wish to God you wasn't sitting behind that wall. There are people right now that are still crying that think they still got a chance of coming home and they ain't never coming home. And they ain't coming home again because if you did something that severe, especially in a state where they ain't playing certain crimes, that's it. You gonna be sitting up. See, like in New York, it's kind of different because yeah, you'll sit up on the island depending on what crime depending on what the crime is. But you ain't gonna be sitting on that island too long. If you did something that you know for a fact they gonna be sending you up north, you only gonna be on that island for a little bit, and they gonna ship your ass where they shipping you. And again, nobody should want to be told when to go to bed, when to wake up, when they can go outside, if they can go outside. And then the thing about it too is think about it. Listen to some of the people that said they were supposed to be having visits, so on and so forth, and those visits gets canceled because either somebody's trying to escape or there's some sort of big ass riot that happens in the prison. Now just imagine you think you're going to get a visit and you don't get that visit at all. Now what happens if that's twice now? Within a month's time, you didn't get the visit you was trying to get, especially if it's from parents. You're going to feel a type of way. Believe me, you are going to feel a type of way behind that. It's time to really gain more love and respect about yourself. A lot of times, the only thing you gotta do is prove the odds wrong. People say you can't do something, show them that you can do it. Because, yeah, you're gonna have people that are gonna be ill spirited. They're gonna try to bring you down in the worst ways possible. They're gonna try to bring you down to the lowest levels possible, but you don't allow that to happen. Nobody should ever want to be deprived of basic rights. But if you're not respecting your basic rights while you out in society, what do you expect to happen? it is time to show better self-control, I would say too. You might be mad about something, but you don't let that anger trigger your decisions. Nah. You sit back, you assess the situation, and then you move from there. And again, look at some of these videos we've seen of people who are recording things in prison. Some of these people actually had talent. Some of these people were smart. Some of these people were talented in the sports. Some of them was talented with the music, the writing. And again, instead of just using that as fuel and motivation, they let the streets or they let the wrong influences encourage them that, nigga, you ain't gonna be shit outside of this. Even society will tell you ain't gonna be shit outside of whatever. That's a lie. Bold-faced lie. You know, and that's something that we have to eliminate. That narrative that this is what it is. You can't be nothing outside of a thug. That's not the way the world works. It's not. And in my all honesty, again, we have a better way to, again, you know, bring something that's needed. You know, again, bring back opportunity where it's needed. You know, show, improve all the time. I'm sorry, the kids are gonna be our greatest assets in the future. They're gonna be the ones that are definitely doing for those behind them. I think it is time that we show better and do better. And this is why, again, talks like this are needed because it sends a strong message. It does send a strong message that regardless to what, um, we shouldn't be suffering, not in silence. Kids shouldn't be suffering at all neither. And not to a degree where they questioning everything. Shouldn't be questioning how you good. They shouldn't be questioning the adults on why this and why that. And if they're gonna question, we supposed to be able to have an answer for them. Well, why is all this violence happening at this pace right here? And then we break this down to them. Riders, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. See, I look at certain things, even things that hit the news, and it makes me shake my head again because, again, we have certain situations where there's already going to be a criminal element always around because as long as you got people, again, with the most severe mental health cases and psychosis, they're going to be a problem left and right because if they keep going through a revolving door, they're going to keep coming out. They're going to keep attacking people, even when they ain't provoked. Just like I was saying earlier, that fight almost got crazy and it was provoked because, you know, this guy deserves, just like this girl deserves to be in a mental institution. And they out and about in the streets. And some of these people, again, they have an opportunity to help themselves, but some of them refuse to help. We got to learn that pride, again, ain't going to do nothing but set us all the way back. I still feel that way. If I know it's something that I'm not wary of, I'm not really smart with, it's nothing for me to say, well, listen, let me ask this person. You know what, this person knows this. Let me see if they can help me with this. You know, we get this all the time. Again, nobody wants to, you know, just admit when they need help on something. And I would say that on all angles, not just those who suffering from that type of crisis and situation. There are some people now, they refuse again to even take the simplest help because they feel they don't need it. Oh, well, I don't worry about this. I don't need this. I don't want that. If it's coming from this person, I don't want it. Get out of your pride sometimes. Keith, what's going on, my guy? Get out your pride. Get out your ego sometimes. Trust me. If you got somebody, even if it's an older person that you don't really care for, guess what? That person might be able to help you or probably will help you in the long run when nobody else will. See, it'd be the most unexpected people that you don't expect to help that will. Especially if they believe in you. Especially if they believe in something that you're doing. If they feel you have a talent in something that could be useful. Or if they feel they just want to see you reach your highest potential. Again, you should never be stifled by anything. You stifling your growth, hey, you want to reach a certain downfall that's going to be hard for you to get back up from. And I think one thing too, again, you know, evaluations as far as, psychological evaluations for some who might need it. You never know what somebody is really going through until you really sit down and, pay attention to what's going on around them. And you could possibly help them. I've always said again, uplifting in more than one way is the most positive way to do it. If I feel I know you going through something where you could possibly hurt yourself, I'm gonna try to keep you from hurting yourself. But again, everybody is for self again. And some people ain't for nothing unless it's money involved. See, it shouldn't always be about money neither. The fact you trying to help somebody and keep somebody from, going down a dark path, that should be the most important thing, period. And it should be. How do I expect my people to stay happy if I'm not trying to do anything to bring happiness to them? You know, again, the simplest balances, simplest things happen when you got the right people around. Like I was saying yesterday, for some of y'all, a healing process is what it is. Right now, this community of ours need a healing. The world needs healing. Platty, what's going on, baby? The world needs healing on all angles again because look at what's going on around the world. If anything should make y'all feel any type of anything, let's think about those kids who don't have the option, who are losing their lives because of the senseless wars over lands and freedoms and everything else. They don't have an option in everything. Again, you go down, look at what's going on, Israel, Palestine, all these other third world countries. Most of these kids are dying, not the ones that are already prepared to do anything. You got ones who are just, they not into it. They don't know what's going on fully. They not trying to be a part of that and end up losing lives behind it. Saddest thing in the world again is that it's always the youth that's suffering. Think about those kids who are losing their parents. And their parents is not even remotely involved in anything. You know. That's what's up, Platty. Glad you got everything situated, baby. Still J, what's going on, baby? Again, look at those kids across the world that's losing their lives to senselessness. Because again, everything is about money, politics, religion, and everything else. They don't have the rights that they should have. Again, some of these people don't have basic rights and freedoms. Rights and freedoms that most of us take for granted. We take advantage of. I'm gonna say this again though with the best regards that I can say it in. It is time for some of y'all to value your life a little bit more. For those who are able to wake up in the confines of a house, wake up to food and everything else, get yourself acclimated with trying to be something in life. Again, you want to prove something, and not just to the world, but to yourself. See, that's one thing that could always be said. Some people, they didn't do things for the sheer will of others. They did it for themselves. They did it because they believed in themselves. They believed that they could move past a certain playing field, and they did. That's what I'm saying. You got to reach for something higher and something greater. Something that definitely keeps you here longer, but also gives you, a clear mind space of, I could make this work. I could definitely create something, even create something for others. You already know, Platty, baby. There's always going to be a process in life that you go through. Even the smallest processes you're going to go through. It's not going to be easy at first, but it shouldn't stress you out, and it definitely shouldn't make you feel like it's not worth it. I ain't messing with you, Platty. No, but it's the truth though, and that's the most important thing to remember. Again, um, creating a better mind space, playing field, and opportunity, not just for yourself, but for the people that you place around you. If I decide I'm gonna make a business and I want to make it to where I'm gonna hire people and hire more than, let's say, 10,000 people, yeah, I want to make sure everybody good. I want to make sure that everybody is getting paid to do what they do. I want to make sure that everything is flying right. And even if I feel I got to make some adjustments because things are not working, then that's what needs to be done. There are some people who they will sit there and get frustrated. They might have got fired from a job. They get frustrated, and now it's, oh, forget that. I ain't trying to work for nobody else. Or some of them get that false sense of hope as far as, all right, so what? I got fired from this job, or so what? I quit this job. I can find something else, and I can find something else quicker than I found this. And some of them find out the hard way. It's not always going to be the way they think it's going to be. I ain't messing with you still, Jay. Go sit in the corner. I tell you to go sit your butt in the corner with that? Go troll D Truth Chat. Don't come over here with that, baby. Say I was gonna try to hire you to wash your car. So when I get my first car, don't worry, still Jay. We got you, baby. And that's a whole fact right there. What you just said right there, Keith, is the truth. If you got the right people around you and you feeding off their energy, you're gonna produce something too. And vice versa. Everybody is unique in their own way. Everybody brings something to the table or brings something different that wasn't expecting to bring. But if you feeding off the energy and if y'all all are feeding off that positivity, every last one of y'all will put yourselves in a higher position. Not gonna lie to you. You hanging around the ones who are actually always working, keeping themselves at bay, in control of their emotions, so on and so forth, you're gonna produce something well. You're gonna produce a blueprint that, okay, even when things get tough, I know I got the right support system that's gonna keep me balanced. Because yeah, you're gonna go through stresses in life. We know that. You're gonna go through a lot of different stresses in life. And again, it's never gonna be easy, but it shouldn't be as hard as you think neither. You know, this is why I said a fair balance is always going to be called into play. Okay, this might not have worked out, but maybe if I implement this, it could work around the second time around. You don't necessarily give up on something. Now, if there's something that you know for a fact just ain't going to work for you and you tried it more than once, then you move on to something else better. You can't be around the negative influences and think that you're going to gain something positive out of it. Not unless you just observing everybody and then observing a blueprint on what not to do. I seen this one was suffering doing this. I just know not to go this way now. But even still, you want to be around the most positive influences. You want to build up with people that's going to build you up. Can't be around a bunch of people if they're going to be leeching all the time, if they ain't trying to use their brains for something bigger than just sitting on the blocks all day or sitting around the nonsense all day. I told somebody this the other day and they looked at me, and this is a whole grown up. This person is well past their 50s. You know, coming to me telling me some things or talking to me about some things, and I kindly told them, you know what your problem is? Your problem is you refuse to go back to work. It's not like you don't have a job. You just refuse to go back to work because of certain terms and situations. But if those terms and situations ain't really that crucial, why not take your butt back to work? I said the problem with some of y'all, you refuse to again get off of a block. You refuse to go outside of your areas and explore. You're not going to gain an opportunity sitting in one area where you know it's not that many opportunities. Go outside that and you'll see something better. Sorry, like, what are we going to keep doing here? I mean, are we going to still keep putting a repeated pattern of, we can't do it? We are just going to be subjugated to our communities, or we just going to be subjugated to what we do? No, we got to share, and we got to definitely start being more aware. You know, bring it to where it's needed. I'm sorry, because at some point you're gonna have to understand that there's just some things that we shouldn't have to really keep suffering. We shouldn't have to keep repeating those same cycles. Give these kids opportunities where it's needed. Give everybody an opportunity one way or another. Because you got some people who they fell in the dirt real quick, but in the same token, hey, you know, they are trying their damnedest. They trying their damnedest. I can respect that. Not gonna lie to you, we do. And I'm sorry, but it is time for some of y'all to start coming together and start working together. Some of you youth are gonna have to start working with these older folks, especially the ones who are actually, goal orientated and trying to make sure that something else is better. You know, sorry, but it's time. It really is time to make better improvements on our lives. Looney, what's going on, my guy? Hold on 1 second. That's what I meant to do. Anti, what's going on, baby? Hold on, let me check something real quick, baby. I'm being light skinned today, baby. All right, I got you. My bad, bro. I thought I had you. I thought I had you, son. Welcome to the dark side, son.
Oh, my bad. Still, I thought I had you. Come on, baby. Come on, you part of the family too, baby. Now I see why you had your little snot bubbles in the damn chat. My bad. My bad. See, this is what happens when y'all don't come to church. When you don't come to church, you see you don't be part of the damn blue squad. See? Let me stop playing. Sound like a fake dictator. But again, I would say the best possible mindset to have for anybody, again, is just bringing awareness and bringing encouragement. You got kids right now that you don't know exactly what their talents is, what positions they could be in. You don't know what they really interested in at all until you sit down and actually have a talk with them. I would say even start bringing back mentorships, man. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being a mentor, even if it's not a professional one. Hey, look, you need some help, you need some motivation and some encouragement. We got you. Again, it is time to broaden the horizons and shape the future. See, the same way some people came on here and said, trying to get the kids invested in coding and all these different aspects as far as technology is concerned. Yeah, I need to get back to that. Definitely need to get back to that because again, what opportunities are going to be there when you're not being a part of that future change? Sorry, it's crazy. Yeah, I know. Shut up, still, Jake. Matter of fact, here, I knew this was going to happen. See, since you want to come in here trolling, I ain't forget about you. Come in. Come hold this. Didn't I just tell you don't come over here with that shit? Didn't I tell you not to come over here with that? Nah, but it's all love over here for those who think it ain't. It is. Just got to be giving her some of this hot fire sometime. Come over here with that. I ain't take my meds this month. I ain't take my meds this month. It's gonna be trouble. Trouble. But this is what I'm saying though. One thing I am going to really be, adamant on again is bringing the talk when it's needed. We need it. We need to start having more talks, not just on here, but just in the world around us. There's some kids who don't know up from down, and if they don't got the right type of influences at home, we need to be those influences. Because guess what? Even back in the days, yeah, we know there was some shitty ass parents, there was some shitty ass backgrounds as far as home and everything else. But the reason why some of these people still had opportunity or made it out of these bad dire situations is because they had people in the community that actually cared. You can't tell me that for not every one kid that there was a bad background, you didn't have at least 10 people in the community that was trying to see you do better, especially if they seen something. You know what? This kid is talented. This kid could be this. You know what? Yo, little man, come in. Come here, little sis. Let me holler at you real quick. You know, we not giving that no more. And again, in order for some of these situations that we see to change, we got to be a part of that again. You got to give it where it's needed again. If you already made it into adulthood, all right, well, guess what? You still have knowledge that you have that you could give to the people behind you. About to say, Still J, you don't want none of this smoke, baby. And definitely appreciate you again, Sirius, for dropping all those links, baby. You know, that's the thing, though. It seems like as far as this day and age, communication is out the window. Our form of communication now is social media. And even if our form is social media, most of us are not. Well, no, let me say this again. Some of us are actually utilizing it the way it's supposed to be utilized. The other half, they ain't. And the other half that's not using it or utilizing it the right way is why we going to keep getting, certain repeated cycles. Because again, if somebody comes on here and sees that you're acting a complete fool, and I'm talking about as far as yelling, screaming, doing everything outside the confines of what an adult should really be doing, if you ain't even trying to show them that, listen, this is how you could reach your highest elevation no matter what inspiration are they getting? This is what I'm saying. Everything was cool, I would say, up to, the early 2000s. Because I would say within the last 23 years or so, especially since social media has become such a thing, it's shaping the world in the worst ways. But it's also giving light and hope and inspiration to those who feel that there is none left. That's why I said there's always going to be a catch 22, at least when it comes to this. The ones who are getting inspired, especially from people on here, they are going on to do their own things. Anita, what's going on, baby? And I'm going to say that it's affecting us on all angles. Guess what? Social media has become your new dating. It has become everything. It has become your dating platform, your voice to talk to people. Like I said, you could be with a group of people right now and guarantee mostly all of y'all in your phones. I hear you, Anita. Hopefully you get you some good rest tonight too. Don't let me catch you playing hooky in these streets. Don't let me catch you playing hooky in these streets. But communication went out the window like 2000s. I'm sorry, it did. I don't have to talk to you in the streets. You could have been somebody that I see in the streets every day and I don't have to talk to you. But the minute I get online, I'm talking to you wild crazy. That's why I said it shaped the view of everything. And it's kind of shaped it for the bad, even down to the dating aspects. I'm going to get on that probably on another day this week. But I just wanted to give a clear indication on, again, look at what's going on in society. And the things that we know we can change, let's start changing them. Not just on the app, but actually in real time. Start making adjustments where it's needed. The worst thing in the world, again, is showing the people behind us that there is no opportunity. I'm going to try to at least be one of those that change the narrative, even on this app. I'm going to change that narrative. I'm going to change the narrative because, again, I want people that I know for a fact said they want to build here or said they're going to try to build here. I'm going to try to be that vocal voice as far as showing them that you can bring whatever it is you're bringing to the platform and just continuously be you and work hard at it. You'll get to where you need to get to. You might take some stumbling blocks here and there. But in the same token, you still gonna realize that once you start building and growing, it's gonna feel good. Forget good, it's gonna feel great. You should always feel great about yourself. That's why I said love yourself and love yourself in the best ways possible. Because if you don't, ain't nobody else gonna love you and care for you. They ain't gonna even care about your dreams, your anything. And again, I want to implement this before I get up out of here tonight. I want to say this again to a lot of y'all, not just the youth, some of you young adults and some of you older folks. Some of y'all, again, are blessed and lucky to wake up every day, be amongst friends and family that actually love and care for you, and will try to do their best to make sure that you stay uplifted. So I don't see why it's a problem with some of y'all as far as keeping your emotions and everything else in check. Most of y'all are putting yourselves behind a wall that obviously does not care about you. You're putting yourself in a system where, again, the odds are going to be against you. See, it's going to be a catch-22 when it comes to that, too, because guess what? There's some people who, if they do go to jail or go to prison, they might survive unscathed. And then there are going to be those who they not. And the reason why they're not is because, again, depending on what you in for, or depending on what kind of vibes you give off, you're going to go through it. And we praying and hoping that you feel better, Anita. Trust me. I want to give that too to the people. Healing prayers to those who definitely need it on all cylinders. Not just the mental health aspect, but the physical aspect as well. And for those who might have again lost friends and family throughout this year, healing comfort where it's needed. May the man upstairs, keep y'all humble and keep y'all strong during your times of mourning. See, again, some people will, oh, but you know, I'm not no holier than thou person, and I ain't a super evil nigga neither. But I'm just a person that believes in a higher power and a higher standard in life. And that higher standard, in my opinion, is trying to keep all the negative aspects from around you. And the negative aspects as far as not really growing. You want to make sure that no matter what you go through in life, even if it's a loss, you take that as a lesson, you learn from that, you identify the things you need to identify, and then you move from there. You're gonna have some people again that they gonna want to be evil spirited, they gonna want to knock you down. You don't let it. Main thing to remember too is focus on the things that's gonna make you better. You already know Anita, baby. That's for everybody. Like I said, there's some people who are not here now. I know they going through, they going through different things now. Some people are actually taking time away from the app, which is good because again, essentially, your balance is what's more important. And I would honestly say that too in some degrees. Take your time when you need to. If you have death in the family, the most important thing you can remember is again try to be around those who are going to uplift you. That's the most important thing. Being around those who are going to keep you uplifted But in the same token, they're gonna show you that love and comfort that you need. Because regardless of what you're going through in life, everybody needs some sort of, everybody needs some sort of inspiration. I can't be around a bunch of people if I'm already kind of going through a depression and they depressed as well. Because it's just going to be nothing but energy fed off of that. And again, I would tell y'all your basic freedoms. You don't want your basic freedoms to be less than. Why don't you try to act like you're more than when you're in society? It is time to change that notion, though. You shouldn't have to go through a prison wall to learn something that you should have learned when you was out and about and you had freedoms. Sorry. Picking up a book, you shouldn't have to go to jail to pick up a book and learn something. You shouldn't have to. I would say that to anybody, young and old. You shouldn't have to go to jail and pick up a book or learn something in jail just to gain something in life. I swear. Most important thing again to remember, don't sell yourself short. No matter what society or no matter what's being thrown at you, don't sell yourself short. You'll be surprised exactly what you can get done. Truth, what's going on, baby? See, another thing I'm going to tell some of y'all, and I think it needs to be said again. Um, just having a common respect. My bad, y'all. Having a common respect and decency, not just for yourself but the people around you. Prime example: just had a whole grown ass man that could have went somewhere else to go take a piss, and you taking a piss in front of you. Like again, society is really sad now. Let you say something that's truthful, some people can't handle that, and they quick to get in their emotions. If somebody told you something that you needed to hear, you should take that for what it is. I'm sorry. How many more mistakes you got to make in life before you realize you're wasting your life? Again, every minute of life is precious. There's people that's not getting that chance to make it out the womb. Some people are probably only here for a month and passing away. Some people are not even getting the chance at all. They are dying within the womb, well before birth. And again, it's a sad notion when we have this mindset of not wanting to build and grow and elevate. We just got this mindset of destroy and eliminate. We shouldn't be destroying nothing. Again, we've already been through enough destruction as is. So why not try to get back to that notion of building and bringing back? See, in regards to what I can say, my pops prime example, yeah, we didn't have the best relationship. We barely had one until adulthood. But the one thing that was said and was adamant, not just by my uncle, but a few other ones, was that no matter what he did, he always kept some sort of hustle, and he was good with his hands. He was good with a few things, and that's the most important thing to remember. No matter what you're doing, be good at your craft. And no doubt, bro, I hear you. I hear you. Um, Again, one thing I would tell y'all too, Don't think that going towards a specific drug is going to help your problem either. See, this is the thing. Again, some of y'all think life is so hard that you quick to try to take the easy way out. Those hard drugs ain't an easy way out for you. If anything, those hard drugs will put you in a in a worse spot than what you was already in. Who wants to have that problem? You know, and again, some people are going that route because yeah, they might have took some loss in the family, they might have took a huge loss. But I would tell you, you still would have to fix things within yourself so you can fix everything around you. You might have lost your job and you probably had a death in the family. Or you probably had a death in the family and you probably going through some stuff with your family as you speak. Whatever issues is happening, you have to fix those. And again, going towards the drugs, it's not going to be a simple solution or easy way out. That's just going to create more turbulence in your life. Listen, I done had death back and forth, like I told y'all, from 2011. No, take that back. 2012 till now, I had death left and right. And not on a situation where you would be like, well, damn, this person just can't catch a break. No, I had death within succession. If it wasn't close family, it was close friends. The ones, like I said, I'm carrying the torch for, those ones are the ones that's keeping me inspired to keep this shit moving because guess what? They would have definitely been part of this shit. And they definitely would have been going on the same token, you know? And I got my main people, especially the hitters that, guess what? They believe in the message. So I'm always going to be able to say I'm going to bring something here regardless of what the talk is about. And I'm all for it. There are going to be some talks people ain't going to want to sit down for. Some people are just accustomed to drama and everything else. I can't get mad at that. And honestly, you know, that's the type of building I really don't need. Because if some of y'all claiming that you love this message, you love this, or you love that, you love what the people are bringing, then show them that love and support like you're supposed to. And there are a lot of people in here that come here on a day in, a day out. People that have been riding since the beginning, people who just came in recently. A lot of these people are bringing something good one way or another. You know, and I respect everybody that's been in here. Like I said, shout outs to Riders, because Riders is doing her damn thing like she's supposed to. Woman in the community doing what she believes in, doing something that's needed. Shout outs to all the brothers who are doing something, whether they on the battlefield for real or they bringing the shit on in. Even on these damn devices that we fucking play on. It's a battlefield. But in the same token, guess what? You know, there's not a lot, again, that separates us. Outside of religion, money, and politics, not that much that separates us. Oh, my fault. Envy and greed. People are envious because there's some people who came from literally shit and made themselves a success. You know, there's some people who are building now, making something happen, and they can't accept that. Again, look how many people who were supposed to be riding for you, or look how many people were supposed to be supporting you and encouraging you, and those are the same people that end up trying to tear you down one way or another. Look how many, not just rappers, because let's be real. I don't care what field of industry you in. Look how many people have come home and half of them lost their lives trying to come home and show love to the people that they thought had love for them. And make some people say, I don't even want to be as successful. This is what I got to worry about. And you have the small handful of people who, again, actually have that much love and respect, even amongst the gangsters, that they could come home and nothing happens. That's sad. There's only a small handful of them like that. The rest of them that come home, they either got to worry about being laid up, shot up, whatever. And again, this is where we have the problem, because we have a lot of watchful eyes and envious people. And some of y'all should actually be using that as a milestone to say, well, if this person could do it, I know I could do it. But again, find what works for you. Find what's in your element. If you know rapping ain't your thing, or if you know you tried to rap and it ain't go well, find something else to do. Some of y'all got to stop also keeping false hopes in things. Because again, if I know the music thing ain't working, I would have to put my, put my best interest somewhere else. Rapping might not work for you, but guess what? Maybe doing videography or production and stuff like that, that's in your range. Get to that. Not everybody could be a singer, a rapper, a basketball player. Find what works for you. And the one thing to remember is that you're not just going to rely on your special talents, your God given talents. Because, yeah, we got God given talents, and then we just got our regular skills and motivation. Prime example, I could be playing football. With football, almost like hockey, you only got a certain time frame of greatness, or a certain time frame to show dominance and greatness, because your body is taking all sorts of damage. I could be the best running back right now. I could be the best running back for 3 straight seasons and then catch an injury that could slow me down somewhat in the process. And then when I come back from that, I don't got that same step no more. Or even if I'm back, I still got to be wary because I'm taking a blunt force of body trauma. And that's what I'm saying. You better, even if you get to that stage in life, you actually made it to the pros in any sport, have a backup. Have something that you could fall back on just in case. Because now, what if you suffer an injury again that you can't come back from? There are some people who, again, they had that false hope. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about this. I don't got to worry about no injuries. I don't have to worry about this. I'm good. These niggas can't do nothing to me. Can't nothing stop me. It's good to have a mentality like that to some degree. But it's also good to be realistic too. Because just as quick as you said, hey, can't nothing stop you, it will be something that stop you for good. Susanna, what's going on, baby? Again, have a backup plan. The most important thing is always have a backup plan. Because you never know what life is going to throw you or what curveball is coming your way. And that's a false hope again when you're sitting here trying to tell people that you're going to be great no matter what. Because look at some of the stories we've got. Once these people that hit rock bottom, they done went to the drugs. They done went into the depression. There are some people now, actors, sports players, all of that, in jail now. Why? Because look, they put themselves in situations that they wasn't really in control of. Y'all remember the dude from, believe it was The Shield. You remember that actor Michael Jace sitting up in jail now, killed his wife? Yeah, situations like that. Some people would think, yeah, oh, this person got this, they lit. You never know what somebody again is going through until you really sit down and analyze the situation. Prime example, look at some of them players that was in the NFL, right? That got hurt. They lost a sense of confidence. And look what happened, downfall. Again, went to the drugs, went to even a hard depression to where they done hurt themselves or hurt somebody else around them. Now, the one thing I am going to say again, and I'm going to make this clear as possible, we all have an obligation and a duty. We all have an obligation and a duty. Our obligations and our duties are what makes our communities stronger, what made our communities what it was back in the day, before the age of technology. Because again, technology has been a gift, but also a curse. It's been a curse because look at all the things that are being presented on here, even to the point of putting people's dead autopsy pictures and bodies up here. Shit like that was never accepted back in the day. But now everything is being accepted. Everything. And again, part of it is because of this conglomerate. But it has also been a gift to some because there are some who are taking these platforms, they taking it by storm. They believe in the hope and the messages that they have, and they are trying to bring some sort of grand opportunity that's needed. I'm sorry, but you can't continue to let certain curses plague us for life. I believe that not just that the children are our futures and the future generations behind them are the future, but I believe that role of success can continuously happen if everybody just get on board for the right cause. Then again, it goes back to a little bit of everything, even down to fixing your own communities. If you feel you ain't getting no real help from government or even from your local police, then you're going to have to be your local government and your police. Whatever you see you might need, get it done. I'll give strong love and praises to those who even do the simplest thing like back to school drives and stuff like that. Because we know there's some people who just are not going to be able to afford it or can't get it. So again, you were supposed to give an opportunity. When you know you have opportunity to give to those who need it and you're not fully giving it to those, or you're giving to those who you feel you picking and choosing on, that's not right. Again, we need to start building better opportunities on all angles, even down to the social media, even down to the simplest things as far as technology. Because yeah, it's a gift and a curse again. It's a gift and a curse because guess what? There's certain things now that we still have problems now. We still getting glitches and bugs. That's what I'm saying. The way they trying to shape it to where we are being replaced, even on the work aspect, that's going to be a downfall for some. Some of y'all even having the simplest problem with self checkout and stuff like that. So again, Just imagine what else is around the store and we ain't prepared for it. But there are things we should have already been prepared for because we knew this is exactly where it was coming. I do want to say this before I do get up out of here because I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. Opportunity starts when you create an opportunity. Better opportunities happen when you create them around the right people. It is important again to bring knowledge and awareness on all levels and all factors, even down to the smallest social politic. Because again, we should never be in a society where everything, as far as crime, being committed towards people that are innocent, you shouldn't be going through that. Mary, what's going on, baby? And I definitely again appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. You already know how we do it, baby. And for those who ain't following me on Twitch and Rumble, please make sure you do. For those who was with me yesterday on this Twitch experience, I'm still trying to figure out the glitches and why we kept having a certain situation with the sounds. And when we got that figured out, hey, we still have fun. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a few other things. So, again, it is about setting better standards, better presidents. And a lot of y'all will cry and mope about the youth are out of control, the youth for this, the youth for that. But guess what? Some of these youth are out of control because, again, society is allowing things to happen. Government is allowing things to happen. You can't even discipline your kid without having to worry about an ACS case or some sort of thing coming along those lines. Again, it's got to a point where they're giving essentially the youngins the responsibility to make adult decisions when, again, those adult decisions they make could cost them their lives or their freedom. And we need to break that. We really need to break that curse. The one way to break it is by having a conversation, by bringing an inspiration, one way or another, even when the opposition don't want to see that. And I'm going to be one of them forces regardless to what. And I'm just going to speak on what I speak on. I'm going to stand on what I stand on because this is something I would be doing all the time. It's something I do all the time. Even when I'm amongst the people, I'll be amongst the people parlaying and having a good time. But yeah, I still do something to make you think about something at the end of the day. Because at some point, a conversation will arise. And when that conversation does, especially when it's in the wrong type of light, oh no, I'm going to bring the right light to it. Because we can't always just make assumptions that, hope is lost. We can't make that assumption no more. There's going to be hope, opportunity, and glory around the corner everywhere you look. It's all about how you envision it, though. You want to envision something better, start getting up and doing better. Start motivating yourself to do better. You're around a bunch of people that really ain't trying to do nothing, will just live on some slum shit. Get away from that. It's always about, again, stronger, better opportunities. And for the future's sake, we would want to get on that. But all in all, though, I just want to have this conversation tonight, and I was kind of just implementing on a few things. But one thing I'm not going to take away from the main thing of this message again, we all need some sort of healing. Our communities need it. Our children need it. Shit, our elders, everybody need it. Even the short-sighted people need it. Hope will always still be something that we grasp onto. Change is something that we can make happen. And, opportunities will always remain if we keep it that way. think that's really all I need to say tonight. For those who might have just been coming in or tuning in, y'all can catch this replay definitely and share this out definitely. And this is a general service announcement despite my cursing, but this is a general service announcement that's needed. And hopefully the world does get this. Again, everybody needs to be inspired, even down to the kids. So let's start doing more inspiration. Let's start living better, start being better. We give hope for everybody. And we can get out of these curses and these generational curses that plague us now. That's all I really need to say tonight, though. Y'all already know me. I'll be back in the morning for the cipher, definitely. And I could be on Twitch tomorrow, definitely, for some good tuned-ins. So y'all already know, tune in. I could bring an open discussion tomorrow night, too, as well. And I'll drop the link in case anybody want to chime in. Again, it's always a blessing to come in here and talk with the people, whether it's for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. Again, messages that need to get out, and we're going to continue to get out. So, again, let's get back to that. And for those who was bringing something along the lines of strong content where it was needed, get back to that. Start having these conversations that are needed. So this way we can change the things that are keeping us defeated. Real raps, man. Let me get my ass up out of here. Still got a couple more hours on this plantation and I have to be vigilant. So, like I said, definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. For those who just came in, catch the replay, definitely. And again, share this out. Some people might not want to have these convos, but I'm all for that. So, I'll definitely see some of y'all running around these streets. So, y'all all enjoy yourselves, and I'll see y'all in the morning, definitely. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. Like I said, we'll be back in the morning for that. And I'll definitely catch y'all for that triple play tomorrow. So, I don't know. There might be a food short somewhere. So, you know how I do when I come to it. So, y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.